Hello guys, this is a demonstration of how do we mount a disk by using systemd mount unit. For this, I'll be using a virtual box using Vagrant. For that, I have created a small Vagrant machine which is connected which is having that 10 GB disk connected with it. So let's go inside that machine by saying Vagrant SSH and verify if the disk is connected successfully. If I use lsblk, it shows that SDB is the disk which I connected earlier in the Vagrant file. So let's create a partition on that. Say sudo -i. So I'll be logging with the root. Henceforth, I will need the root privileges for that. So instead of using sudo every time, let's log in with the root. Say fdisk /dev/sdb. I'll be creating a new partition with primary. That's the default one, the first one. And then I'll be starting with 2048 and the last sector that I can see here. So if I confirm that, it seems like it has created a disk, it has created a partition of 10 GB. I'm happy with that. Let's say W to write and then come out of it. lsblk will confirm that the SDB1 is the partition which has been created by inside the SDB device. Now let's create a mount point and try to mount this device. To create a mount point, we can say mkdir -p/devices/disk1. This is the disk. I want to mount that device. So first thing, we'll have to format that device by installing a file system. So mkfs -t ext4/dev/sdb1. This will format the device with the ext4 file system. Now let's try manually mounting that disk on that device's disk. So mount -t ext4/dev/sdb1. The mount point for it is like devices disk1. Okay, so if I go to that devices and disk1, I should see the folder lost and found, which means like the device got successfully mounted. If I can use that find mount command, it also shows me that device1 disk is having that dev SDB1 mounted successfully. Let's unmount it now. So umount /dev/sdb1 will unmount. I'm inside it. So let's come out of it and use that umount command. So if I use find mnt, it confirms that the device I could see last time is now not listed in this, which means it got successfully unmounted. Okay, now I want to persist that mount. To persist a mount, I'm going to go back to /system/etc/systemd/system right inside that. And here you can find there are multiple different there are different you can say unit files for the systemd. I want to create a new unit point. Now please make sure you are understanding this. I have created a disk, I've created a mount point inside /devices and the disk here. This is the mount point for me, right? If I have the mount point like devices/disk1, the name of this unit must be devices-disk1.mount. If you don't do it, you will get an error when you are using this or when you are enabling that unit. So make sure that you are creating a file with the name vim devices-disk1.mount. The naming convention is very important. If you do not follow this, it will not work. Okay, so here we are going to start with the unit. That's how we're creating a unit for systemd, where we'll start with the description. The description could be anything. I can say this is a test mount unit to mount my disk or mount my device, whatever. Okay, now this unit is created for mounting. So this is the type of that unit, which is mount. Now what do you want to mount? I want to mount /dev/sdb1. Where do you want to mount? The mount will be, or the device will be mounted under /devices/disk1. Please make sure that you are following this, because if you do not do it, it will not work. What are the options that you have? I don't have any options, so I'll go for the defaults. And what is the type of your file system? In our case, it is ext4. If you want, you can also put that install and say who is going to load it. So maybe I can say it's wanted by multi-user.target. So when you are going for multi-user target, this mount will automatically be loaded. Okay, so we now have got that device-disk1.mount created. Let me try enabling it. To enable it, we can use the command systemctl enable. This is like devices dash disk1, and if you want to test it right now, you can say minus minus now. It seems like the disk1 has been created as a symbolic link and seems like it worked fine. If you look at the find mount, you can see that the device's disk is successfully loaded. Now let me reboot it and confirm the same. So let me reboot. It will take a second or two. Let me try saying Vagrant SSH. It will take a second or two. Be patient. Still loading. So it's rebooting, so it is going to take a minute max. It's ready now. So if I use the find mnt, I can see that the device's disk1 is ready and it is working fine. If I go to that mount point, say cd slash devices dash slash disk1, and if I look at this ls, I can see lost and found. So this demonstration is showing you how do you format the disk, or how do you create a partition on the disk, how do you format that with a file system, and how do you persist the mount by using a systemd mount unit. Thank you guys.